Hey, happy Friday morning, Black Oak family. Ryan Ledden, president of Black Oak Asset Management, coming to you with our weekly edition of Breakfast with Black Oak. Want to welcome all new clients, want to welcome all veteran existing clients to, excuse me, this video, which I try to do unedited for obvious reasons. Makes it more real. Obviously, some things happening in the financial world. Obviously, markets are pretty volatile. President Trump has offered maybe a little bit of a buyout for federal employees. But anyway, that's kind of a snapshot of what we'll quickly discuss today. Again, I'm Ryan Ledden, president of Black Oak Asset Management. You may work directly with me. You may work with other advisors on my team, whether it's Damon, Nick, Parnick, or Autumn, you or Rick. Sorry, Rick. You're part of the team too. He's our new addition. We don't see him every single day because he's kind of transitioning from his current job as a retired teacher. He's still doing some part time work, but obviously coming on board as a full time advisor as well. So yeah, markets were pretty volatile, especially in the tech space. Nvidia especially took a big hit. But we don't make knee jerk quick reactions here. Obviously, the AI world, we knew it's going to be volatile. It's the wild, wild west of AI. And when I hear a company out of China can do it for a fraction of the cost, I scratch my head like, we'll see. Especially at 1% of the cost is kind of one things I read. So again, we're going to hold steady. That's why we're not going to just make rash decisions. Again, we're here for the long term. So yes, I'm dressed down a little bit today. I got my hat on and everything, and it's like cameras are backwards, so I'm trying to adjust my hat. Anyway, it's weird. But then President Trump, we have a ton of federal employees that we work with. So I'm sure a lot of you saw the headlines that he is offering kind of an early buyout. So basically, if you take this by, I think it's February the 6th, you basically get paid until the end of September and do nothing. So there's a lot of question marks still with this. And I understand his rationale. He's trying to cut spending. That's what he's trying to do. But there's some people that are questioning the legality of it. Does he have the ability to do that? Who knows? But Mr. Nick, our advisor in Macon, he works with a lot of federal employees, as do I. But he kind of came from a firm that's where they specialized in. So if you need to have a conversation, whether you work directly with Nick or if you work with me and you want to have a conversation with Nick, we are open to do that. If you want to have a conversation about that, because it's an interesting thing. It's an interesting issue that maybe some people want to take advantage of. Maybe you're a federal employee and you're already thinking about retiring, and you're thinking, "Wow, I can go ahead and take this and then get paid almost the entire year." So I only have 3 months that I don't get paid at the end of the year. So definitely something to think about. So a lot of things in the financial world happening. I think there's going to be a lot of things happening in the financial world, which every year it does, but this year especially with the new governmental regime that we do have. Tax code is top of mind as well. So we will keep an eye out on that. I want to put a plug in. We don't have a definitive date yet, which I think we do, but I'll announce it next week. But any TRS employee out there that we have as clients, but even if you want to invite your friends, please do. We're doing a TRS Pension Workshop, I believe in April. So that's open to any employee that we have as clients, and you can bring someone with you that is under the TRS teacher retirement system. TRS teacher retirement system. So if you are a state employee and you're going to benefit from that, I would definitely advise to come to hear what we have to say. We have Mr. Damon Gibbs, who is going to be a presenter. Again, he's a retired superintendent who is receiving TRS, so he knows the ins and outs of that, as well as Mr. Rick Howard, who is receiving TRS as well, who was a teacher for a little over 30 years. So those two guys know it inside and out. I will not be presenting. I'll probably be there. I will not be presenting. I was a part of TRS for a little while, but those guys know way more than I do. So that will be in April. I will give you more definitive dates and times on that. It will probably be at Lanier Tech in Cumming. We've used that facility before. So again, seating is limited, and please come along if you want to hear about TRS. Maybe you're within 3 to 5 years of retirement or even less. You definitely want to come to that. So plug for that, but I'll give you specs, specific times on that coming soon. So everyone have a great weekend. No football this weekend, so you have a weekend off from football, and then the Super Bowl the following weekend after that. So all the best, everyone, and we will chat next week. Don't forget my radio show Sunday mornings at 6 a.m. on 92.9 The Game. Be awake and listen. My first video podcast will come out next Thursday. So a lot of things going on. Again, we got the radio show now, and we got video podcast. Still, the podcast will still be on Apple, but our YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and type in Black Oak Asset Management. And next Thursday will be the first video podcast. So I got to do the shameless plug. Go on there, please. Click subscribe. It helps us out. Helps us get found. That is true. The analytics of how that stuff works, it definitely will help us out. We haven't really plugged the YouTube channel. We've had one. We just hadn't plugged it a whole lot. So I think we have like less than 100 subscribers. So please hop on there and subscribe. And then if someone's looking for an advisor, that may be a good introduction. Like, hey, check this podcast out. See if you like what you have to hear. But again, the first video podcast will be next Thursday. Will come out. So all the best. Have a great weekend.